How's it going, Barça friends? Today, a lot of excitement on day one for Football Club Barcelona, where Hansi Flick had called up the entire squad, including the new signings. To start the 2025-2026 season, we have been at the gate of Football Club Barcelona's training ground, and our reporter Pau Portavella was there to capture all the footage. So you don't miss a thing, leave a big like and let's start the video. Let's see all the footage of the players arriving. And also with the new kit, this new kit won't be for the matches, but it will be for training. I think it's absolutely crazy. Let me know in the comments if you also like this new kit. Let's start with the video. Let's begin right now with page number 1 of this Barça, which I'm sure is going to make history. As you can see, they entered one by one, with Ferran Torres being the first. They were scheduled for 9 in the morning, and as I said, one after another, they started arriving early at the club offices. It was only for medical checkups. There was no training of any kind, just to know exactly how they are doing. There was Chesnick arriving. Absolutely, all the players have arrived too, as I said, one by one. Also, players from the reserve team and even a few youth players here and there. Up to 10 youth team players who have also been present. They are the following: Landry Farré, Toni Fernandez, Guille Fernandez, Jan Virgili, Juan Fernandez, Ibrahim Diarra, Jofra Torrens, Pedro Fernandez, Dani Rodriguez. And the new Barça signing, which is Ronnie Bargi. Now you will also see images of each and every one of them. When we finish with the players, coming to the medical tests, as I said. A morning, as I said, full of excitement, with a lot of, anticipation, a lot of activity, as always happens. Because it's the first day, the day when the Barça players arrive. After those well-deserved vacations. After the vacations, we saw Joan Garcia with his teammates for the first time. The new Barça goalkeeper, the great keeper who will be under Hansi Flick's orders. Starting now, from tomorrow, which will be the day when, for sure, training sessions will begin. Remember that Barça also has a tour in Asia, which we will of course watch here at Barça today. All the matches from the end of July and the beginning of August. This will be right before the Gamper match also begins. Let's say it kicks off the season. And right after that, the league will start on the weekend of August 17th. Barça will spend a few days training in Barcelona and then travel to Asia, where they'll play their first match on July 27th against Ibiza El Kobi, Andres Iniesta's longtime team. A match will be played on Sunday, the 27th at 12 noon. There will be a second match against Seoul. That day will be July 31st, starting at 1 in the afternoon. You can watch it here on Barça Today with the best commentary. And we finish with the third and final match of Football Club Barcelona in Asia, which will be against Daegu. That match will be played on August 4th, starting at 1 in the afternoon, also on Barça Today with the best commentary. But going back again to the medical tests, going back to this very important day for all the coolers and of course for Football Club Barcelona, I have to tell you that above all, personally, I think we are facing one of the moments or one of the years in which more players from the reserve team will have opportunities. We mentioned 10 players earlier, and we'll mention them again shortly. Because I want you to know, I want you to see who the new faces are today. Hansi Flick has also called them up for the first day of medical tests. Careful, because we still haven't signed a winger. We haven't signed any other players. Only Joan Garcia and Ronnie Bargi. By the way, that player still hasn't been presented yet. These 10 players, the 10 faces in the preseason, were there today for those tests. And watch out, because maybe some of them aren't going to leave. They'll either stay with the first team or spend the season moving between Barça Athletic and the first team, helping out when needed. I don't know what's going to happen here. I've witnessed this first day numerous times where players like Kubarsik arrive to undergo their initial medical tests, with their boots in their hands without any idea if they were going to stay on the first team. And in the end, you have a good season with Barça, the coach likes you, and as I said, this ends up making you an official first team player for Barça, a fully professional player. Therefore, as I said, pay close attention to those kids who will be under Flick's orders. Starting on the 27th, the first day that Barça will play, as I already told you, against Vissel Kobe. Lamine Jamal, following his amazing birthday party, has been just as anticipated. Moreover, he arrived 9 minutes early for his medical tests. And as I said, Lamine Jamal, who I'm sure is destined to win the Ballon d'Or, to be one of the best players of the season once again. 25, 26, I have great faith in Lamine and Rafinha, who we've seen with a look resembling Ronaldinho's, Gaucho. We've seen Gabby with his white hair. We've seen Robert Lewandowski also with white hair. We've seen, as I said, Ronnie Bargi, that player who, as I mentioned, hasn't been officially presented or confirmed by the club yet, but who has already, as I said, been through the medical tests. I don't know if Barca's intention with Ronnie Bargi is to loan him out. I don't know if it's to keep him first. I think Flick himself has said, hey, let's see him. Let's try him out in preseason. And from there, once he sees how things go, we'll decide. If Ronnie Bargi has the level for the first team, Barca will decide about him. We've seen Pedri, we've seen Frenkie de Jong, we've seen absolutely everyone on this first day. As I said, exciting, at least from my point of view. Because I think that Barca, after the amazing season they had last year, now with 2 or 3 more signings, including some other players from the second team as well, I'm sure they're going to delight us with some absolutely crazy football. By the way, one of the more unexpected faces has been Oriol Romeu, a player who still belongs to Football Club Barcelona. He was on loan at Girona, but he's back today because, as I said, he has a contract with Barça and is still a first-team player. Although it really looks like he's going to leave, I suppose he's already looking at his future because he won't be staying, at least for now. If all this changes, we'll let you know. But for now, Oriol Romeu won't be with Barça because he's basically already out of the team. These images are from Jofre Torrens, Landry Farré, Pedro Rodriguez, and Juan Hernandez. When they finished the medical tests, they were also seen around the training ground, around the sports city. The 4 players we've mentioned, and be careful because they have a good chance of staying with the first team, especially one who is being talked about a lot, Jofre Torrens. What a great player. He's a left back. In case anyone doesn't know him, I'll tell you now that he's going to be one of the big sensations of this Football Club Barcelona preseason. Of course, he comes with an incredible level and physical quality. Careful, because he could be a teammate of, as I said, Alejandro Valde for next season. Of course, Gerard Martin will also be around. But Jofre Torrens is one of the great players who are expected to stay. So why not say it already in the first team? Watch out. It's going to depend on him. If he does things right, I'm sure Flick will count on this great youth player who, as I said, is making a great impression in the first team. Well, now you know, friends, the first day for Barca is completely done. They've already started rolling. Actually, the training sessions will begin on Monday the 14th, but this first day has been totally completed. With flying colors, as we've seen new faces of young players, familiar faces, and the faces of those who, I'm sure that next year they're going to bring us a lot of joy. First day for Joan Garcia, first day for Jordi. First day for many of them who were eager to be with Football Club Barcelona with the first team. And above all, to already be under the orders of the best coach in the world, which is Hansi Flick. I hope this season is absolutely successful. And here are the main characters we've already mentioned. Like, subscribe for comprehensive coverage of La Liga, Champions League, Copa del Rey, matches and friendlies. Remember, we're waiting for you all on the Asian tour. Barça forever.